Okay, I'm back. I had to let that all the rest of them load and everything. This is my queer story, part 11. I hope it's the last one. But yeah, 2020 is when I, like in the summer, or yeah, is when I started being like, okay, maybe I'm non-binary, because my best friend, with his questioning, it made me like, okay, maybe. Wait, that's interesting. I didn't know that was all possible. That's cool. I think I'll pick this. But I was like, maybe I am non-binary, and so then I experimented with looks and stuff. So, and then I was like, for a while, I was like, okay, I'll just. It didn't quite feel right, and then um, recently, which was maybe a year, probably 2 years ago, I was like, okay, but I don't quite feel non-binary. It just feels too neutral, and I'm like I was stepping more into my femininity, and I didn't do that before so much, and I don't know. And then I was like, okay, so I don't mind being I did mind at first, and now I don't mind being called a woman. And then because there's stuff to unpack with that, and then I was like, what is the term that would just be like my gender is like queer, like it's just queer, like it's just because like I identify as queer just because it's easier, because I'm polyamorous, pansexual, and I'm also demisexual, because like I have to have a connection, like a deep connection, or a connection to have like be sexually attracted to you, or at least have an ongoing, like for it to actually be there there or like yeah, energy. I can be like sexually turned on by energy, like somebody's energy they're putting off or whatever, but it's not gonna be lasting unless I have a connection with them. So like and there was a time I was like, you can be more than one label on the ace spectrum, which I might be, because like sometimes like I think it's called, there's also two terms for it I think, but I think it's called agiosexual, which means like it's more fun to think about and fantasize about than actual partaking, and I'm like that a lot of the time. So there is a term for where you would um where you identify as more than one ace label, and it's called ace flux. So I did identify as like that for a while, but like to me I feel like it's just demisexual, because it just feels right for me. So but in general, I just go, I'm queer, because it's so much easier just to say. So I was like, well, what about my gender? Is weird. It's not really. And then I was like, hearing inside my inner self, just like, that's gender queer. I was like, oh, okay, so that's what that means. And so that's what I am. I'm gender queer, and that's what I'm. And it fits. It feels right. So. And I did go. I used to be like she, her, they, them, but I'm like, that doesn't feel too right to me anymore, so I'm just she, her. So, but you can call me they, them if you really wanted to, but like, um, yeah. So I guess that's probably all of my story, all of my queer story. I don't know. I guess that is, but like, yeah. I'm more in my feminine for the most part. Feminine's, because I was like, what's that? Like, where, like, yeah, I'm born a woman, or, like, whatever, but, like, assigned female at birth, but I feel like I'm not very womanly. What is the gender that's, like, I want to be more, I want to look more like a woman, like, whatever. But it's like, you just have to step outside of, like, what society says, but, I don't know, like, I wanted to look more feminine, because like I didn't really grow up around feminine, which is fine. That's okay. But like I wanted to be that, but so I'm just genderqueer. So yeah, that's all. That's my story. There's probably more. There was another girl. There was like my other ex best friend, her sister, and I were like I had a crush on her for off and on for years, and then there we were like something friends with benefits type thing. We just made out in 2015. So like, and then like in 2018, and I think like randomly sometimes whenever we see each other. But yeah, I don't talk to her anymore. She's toxic. She actually is toxic. And I don't talk, and I'm not friends with her sister anymore. Me and her sister, which was my best friend, one of my best friends, we had a crush on each other for years, and then like we actually made out one week, and I went to visit her in 2013 when her man that I don't know if she's with him. I don't think so, but anymore. But she was with him for almost 10 years. But when he was away at a job, like in a different state, there was that. I don't know. So I've had like my experiences, but I never really had like a healthy queer relationship. So aside from my best friend and I, but like it's not so healthy anymore. Like it's just not aligned, and he has his own lessons and I do, and so like honestly it's just crazy because like yeah, I think I'm gonna make another video about like life update shit, or I could just tag it on here. It doesn't matter, but I'll just leave it at this.